Okay, we're going to start with market research and listening to some music. Perfect. Let's start a new repository for this. We're going to call this AI history. Please set up my Claude working space to use these skills. We're just pulling a couple of skills from my other agent. Okay. All right, we're going to go to GitHub and we're going to get some skills from a repository that I appreciate. I'll pull from these marketing skills. From this GitHub repository, please pull the following skills. Okay, let's see what the skills are. Here they are. Community marketing, content strategy, customer research, launch strategy, and marketing psychology, and marketing ideas. And then set up my workspace with a classic claude.md file so that I can access these skills. I'm about to perform some marketing research for a new company I'd like to start. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Yeah, pull them both. That works. All right, let me pitch you my idea. I'd like to have a program. It's a homeschool service where kids, and I think it could even apply to adults, but I wonder if the initial targeting should be towards homeschool. Basically, you have a pen pal from a fictional character from a specific time period in history. And you get 2 letters a week and you get to respond to them. And then you get to scan a QR code to send your handwritten reply. You can also get a nice fountain pen. I would like to do customer research. Um, Using the customer research skill, and feel free to tell me about the skill and what it does, so that we can know what customers want and understand how to position this type of product. Yes, I'm currently listening to Christmas music. I don't know how that came on. I think that you have a song that's like Christmas adjacent, and then before you know it, what you're listening to is just Christmas songs. This is me just SSHing, connecting to another repository that I have. We have what? Data for SEO reference. This is a public API we can use. Yes, that's fine. At first, it'll be fixed to probably a specific time in the American Revolution War, so like the founding of America. But then after that, we'll expand to different periods. But the first offering will be that. And the idea is that over the next couple of weeks, I want to produce a ton of content that gets people, and even ads, but that get people excited about signing up for the wait list. Because once I have enough people who have pre-ordered their first month, then I'll go ahead and purchase the equipment to start fulfilling. But yeah, I mean, will homeschool parents pay for this? But I want to also understand, what are their pains. I know that kids spend too much time on screens, so this is a completely screen-free way for kids to benefit from AI. For them to learn about history and about the lessons that history has to offer, and have the thrill of getting some physical thing in the mail like their parents did when they were kids. Okay, we're going to set up an SEO skill from my other repo. Hmm. Please incorporate the data for SEO reference skill in the skills folder. I would like to expand it for the specific use case of this repository right now, which is identifying the opportunities where there is interest and we could start creating content around what people are searching for homeschool history and stuff like that. Wow, so there are some competitors. All right, map the competitive landscape, Letterjoy, and alternatives. Perfect. I mean, I homeschool my kids and haven't heard of any of these, so let's see what we can do. Just because something exists doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Competition is the nature of business. If you're the only one doing something, it's not worth doing, or you're not going to be the only one doing it for long. I have two agents working simultaneously. You might hear my kids in the background. Let's go to Alex Hormozzi's page. We're going to want to automate most of these operations. I want to look at his $100 million roadmap. What are the different functions that they talk about? All right, so we have product, marketing, sales, customer service, information tech. Okay, so IT. Then recruiting, human resources, and finance. I think what's cool about this is if things work out appropriately, we won't have to do any recruiting or human resources. But the product, marketing, sales, customer service, IT, and finance will all have to be automated. Okay. For a solopreneur starting a simple e-commerce / service business where they are selling handwritten letters, help me identify what can and cannot be automated with a generous assumption that AI can do a lot. In these basic sections or areas of business, product, marketing, sales, customer service, IT, recruiting, human resources, and finance. We won't have to worry about recruiting or human resources. So because it's a solopreneur approach, yeah, start doing some analysis and give me just a really brief report about what could and could not be automated and what approach I should take. I'm going to have individual agents that live on a virtual machine. So basically, there will be a person or people for each of these tasks, and I'm going to be building those over the next few weeks. I'm really curious to see what it says about the. Let's see. Okay. Really solid market research that it's doing. I like that. Okay. Go ahead and create an example.env file, and I can add my credentials to that, or to an actual .env. Let's see. All right, let's see what competition we have. White space is real but narrow. 3 direct adjacent already exists. There's letter joy, which is real reproduction letters from real figures. Weekly, that's $15 to $20 a month. One way only, no narrative. Letters from afar, fictional character, ongoing narrative, explicit, no screens positioning, but geography, not history. Monthly, not weekly. $8 a month. I mean, that's fine. But again, it's like we're just sending postcards. The Great Pen Pal Society, famous figures reimagined as kids, monthly. So it looks like Letters Joy isn't actually fulfilling. Five first party interviews with classical moms, classical homeschool moms. Okay, I like that. 25 reviews of Letter Joy plus 25 letters from afar, read end to end for turn drivers. 3 hours of homeschool and well trained mind forum mining. Okay. A waitlist landing page with the V1 pitch plus $300 plus of meta ads tests across 3 audiences: classical lookalikes, anxious generation interest, letter joy lookalikes to find the cheapest converting. $450 in a week, pays for itself within the first 1K ad spend. Okay. Use the content strategy skill to convert the 8 pre-launch hooks in O4 positioning recommendations MB into a content calendar. This is good. Okay. I'm not confident in AI's ability to write really good copy, but go ahead and create a report that. Well, go ahead and do the. Let's look at these positioning. Let's turn that down. Hope you guys can't hear my kids. Man. Did I send you the report or like the idea for this project? I'm really glad that your username is Connor King. If it wasn't, I'd be really upset to see that. My wife homeschools our kids. All right. Let's see what Claude thinks we can automate. The core constraints, the product itself. Handwriting a letter is the one thing that cannot be automated without destroying the value proposition. Everything around it can be. Dude, you're the top fan. You have a purple crown and a #1. That's pretty exciting. How does that make you feel? Let's see. I need a. There we go. Let's see what marketing could be automated. Content calendar. I think that's probably where most of it's going to be automated, except for actually creating the creatives. I think that there can be a lot of automated editing and a lot of automated B-roll. But we'll have to dive into that after we come up with an actual marketing strategy. This is the first time I've had somebody actually on a live stream. So thanks for being here. I told Blake and Lauren about this, and they're nowhere to be found. I get that Lauren's taking care of 4 kids, and it's 10:30 at night for Blake, but come on. Looking at the positioning recommendations. Looking at the positioning recommendations. The 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 first positioning doesn't feel like it's really highlighting um, the interactive component. Is that intentional? I want the final pillar. Let's add a fourth pillar to the positioning recommendations that is more personal and story based about my experience as a parent of homeschooled children. Connor, you have any recommendations for how this could be more interesting? What if like so right now I'm working with an AI to build it. What if I built like a Clippy 2.0 where he was doing dances and stuff on the screen like, "Ooh, Patrick, that's a good idea. Let's get to work on it right away." And then it's like there's animations of it working really hard. Something to think about. I have four kids. The oldest is about to turn 6, so they're really just getting into this. This is something that I'll prepare for them. It's not really a frustration that we have. It's just, hey, I don't want my kids to be addicted to their phones, and it's really fun to get stuff in the mail. This period, it seems particularly important to the country right now for the people who are more conservative and are doing faith based homeschooling. Like, this is the foundation of God in this country, and I think that that period is where the values of this country were established. I want them to fall in love with reading and writing and history. No, let's not worry about a faith dimension. Actually, it could be really light. Yeah, it could be really light. And I think we're still defining the product, and so I think that'll guide a lot of it. But a lot of the marketing we're going to do at the beginning is just going to be um, getting people excited about it. We're trying to build a landing page to get signups. All right. So they said marketing could be almost all automated. Sales can be automated. Inbound lead qualification, quote generation for bulk orders, follow up sequences, abandoned cart recovery, outbound prospecting lists, and personalized first touch emails. Cannot automate yet. Let's see. Turnaround time, pricing, gift options. Yeah, I think most people just want to check, like, hey, where's my letter? So if there's some sort of really a good way to track that visually, that'd be helpful. Can automate Shopify, Squarespace setup and maintenance. I'm gonna build a custom website. Let's see, brief generator fulfillment. Yeah, I think we might. I don't want to use Zapier or Make, but we can definitely automate that. The whole, let's see, backup monitoring. Yeah, all like I think that the AI, IT, and ops can be fully automated. I'm gonna ask Lauren if she wants to hop in and comment. All right, finance, Stripe, Shopify. So if we'll be making all transactions through Stripe, it should be pretty easy to automate that. So we want a monthly P&L. I want a weekly P&L. Cash flow, COGS, per letter analysis. That's so doable. Invoice generation for B2B. We're not doing any B2B, but sales tax tracking and filing prep. That I'll probably need to consult with an actual accountant on setting up, but I think it's doable. And then pricing analysis. Ooh, I have a friend who could really help me out with that, the pricing analysis. That'll be good. So flying the and then yeah, I won't automate filing the actual return. I'm just gonna. It'll be interesting. I have a really good friend who is a CPA. He's my neighbor and our best friends here in Arizona, and I think they're some of our best friends. Anyway, I want to say, hey, this was set up by me and then completely run by AI throughout the year. Could you file the taxes for it? Now, it'll also be under the Good question, Lauren. So yeah, we're homeschooling our kids, but there is another business that my brother and I put together, another app where we do this, but with letters, where people can have a conversation with an AI, and it generates their family history stories. And so this seemed like a cool extension. An idea adjacent to it on the Corner Office podcast came up. Hey, if you're bored with the kids, you could put this on and they could look at me. Okay. All right, bookkeeping, ingestion. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Okay, build in this order. The production coordinator. Keep yourself in 3 loops. Writing the actual letters. Okay, so there's one issue. We are actually going to be using a robot to write the letters, but it's going to be based off of my handwriting. We're going to use a machine learning model to convert samples of my handwriting or just handwriting of somebody we like and have that. That's I hard line in the sand, buddy. No AI girlfriends. I think it's bad for society. AI therapists, I think that those should exist though. What do you think about that? You said a school psychology, being a school psychologist. What do you think about having an AI therapist? We're actually going to be using AI to write the letters, but it's going to be based on a machine learning model that knows my handwriting well and can write it as if almost indistinguishable from how I was writing it as a person. And we'll use the CNC machine to use an actual ballpoint pen or fountain pen on it. All right. I'd like you to come up with a first week content idea. I think we'll drive 100% of traffic with just shorts, and I am excited to use AI to generate shorts that are a combination of a talking head and like cartoon or kid-based animations and video to fill in the rest. But I always want to have a human voice on the back end. There's definitely limitations, but I think we're only thinking in terms of like ChatGPT how it is right now. I think that psychologists could collectively build something that is really tailored to people's circumstances and could be monitored by a single person. So think about like the psychology shortage in and maybe it wouldn't work in a high school where they really just want a person to talk to. But like for me, when I go to therapy, it's just talking out my problems. And I'd really like to just have a sounding board for that and have an something or somebody that's understands my values and what I'm trying to accomplish and just says, hey, is that helping you get there? Or hey, why don't you give yourself a break? I don't know. I think that it could be good, but the problem that you're bringing up where it could miss the nuances that could help a person, like I think psychologists do that all the time. Like I've been to a therapist where you go and they're just missing the mark. Like they're not seeing eye to eye with me. And that's frustrating because I am talking to a real person, but I don't know what safety would be around it. Like, would you just have a psychologist who is monitoring like 10 conversations at one time and there's rules in place that trigger like an escalation like, oh, this person's talking about suicide with the AI, they should talk to a real person? Or is the AI best at talking people down from suicide? I don't know. That's an interesting question. I don't know if I'm allowed to say suicide on this. Probably. It's probably fine. Yeah, kids aren't watching this. Okay. Okay. How much can you hear my kids yelling? I actually want to start by talking over one short idea first. And I want to actually go through the whole process manually of building it before we set it all up. All right, this is the AI history assistant. Let's create a new folder. So this one will be the AI history website. But we want to make, let's see. All right, we'll make the AI history website. We get that launched in just a few minutes, but I think we want to come up with a really good brand first. Like, what does the visual brand look like? I can hear them a little bit. Sorry, I'm also eating lunch. That's no problem. I can hear them through my headphones. They're screaming, but good. I don't know what soundproofing options we have, but I don't think we have much. So this is your lunchtime entertainment. All right, I don't really like any of your ideas, but I do want to start forming one of my own, and I'd like to chat it out with you. So I'd like the positioning here to be I don't know, it'll start with a talking head, and it'll start with I build AI agents. My wife homeschools our kids, so I built this. And then it pans to the product. And then I'd like actually to start brainstorming one other video that's focused on starting with the pain. And I think I'd like to start with you may not know how damaging screens are for your kids. And it pans, or sorry, it's slowly zooming in. Oh, cool. It slowly zooms in on a kid just glued to his iPad in a dark room. So this is the identification of the pain. How would you elaborate on that pain? And then how would you transition to basically a zoom in on the same kid, like running to his mailbox, and then the next scene is him excitedly reading this sheet of paper that he gets in the mail and then writing his handwritten letter and then showing it to his mom. Those are the two ideas that I'd like to start with. That second idea, I'd like to start storyboarding with you. So are you watching this on the big screen, like 65 inches, or is this on your phone? Okay, I'd like to start coming up with a visual brand identity for the company so that I can use it to build a website. Let's go ahead and find a website that we like that might fit here. There are some really cool design websites. Godly.website. I don't know if any of them are going to be appropriate for homeschool history, but let's take a look at these. I'd imagine we want images of kids looking at letters, right? Writing letters, something having to do with history. That looks pretty cool. Is that a music box that somebody made? Okay. Mm, what happened? Let's see. This could be cool. Like if there were different history people, like because there's, let's see, IMAX movie theater. You rented this out. Like how much is it renting for? I think I could sell tickets to this. What do you think? Okay, that'd be fun if you could talk to different people like this. Yeah. What if it started with like choose your history pen pal, and there were these avatars right here. That's a good idea. But I want it's gonna be for a landing page, so and at first there's just gonna be one character. I like that one. Mm. Let's see what Claude had to say. Let's see. Let's start really high level, deciding basically the vibe of the website before diving into details. Let's have a conversation about it. There we go. So, could you hear the kids so loudly that it was upsetting? Like, man, I really want to watch this live stream because this is just pure gold. But those kids, I'm going to lose my mind. Or was it like, hey, he probably has kids? If this was going to be primarily AI generated, what would the animation approach be? Oh, that's good to hear, Connor. Thanks. Hopefully that's the loudest they get. I might have to get like a big foam barrier to put at the door while I'm streaming. I think the authenticity could be built if I have a little picture of my child and there's a talking head of me or my voice that appears at certain points, but I'm okay with using AI generated footage. Connor, you seen any cool AI generated videos? How do you feel about them? Let's go fully illustrated for view one. Okay, help me come up with prompts for each of the scenes. And let's start with like the shorter the better on this first one. Let's see if we can't make something that's good. That's like 26 seconds. And I'll be using an AI generation that platform that lets me dictate the first and last scenes. Format first, just letters from history. Maybe kinfolk. Let's see what kinfolk looks like. Like the website kinfolk. Mm, no, not Heritage Americana. No, I don't think 4 is the right option. I think something that's still like visually exciting. Like I want there to be cool drawings of these characters from history, but I want it to look as if those drawings are done really, really well, but like with a colored pencil on maybe like a rich, like parchment paper that they would have been drawn on back in the day. And then, yeah, so tell me more about this storybook warmth. Do you have some website examples you could show me? Okay. Huh. I need to plug in that fan. Yeah, pull a few screenshots from those websites. Well, the part where I was talking about this is what I'm building for my kids, that was a separate video. So there's going to be one that's just a standalone video that, you know, drives home the pain or gets the attention of homeschool parents who might be spending too much time on screens. That's the first approach. And then, yeah, the other one is really just showing off the product, but starting off, hey, I'm Patrick and my wife, I do AI stuff, and my wife homeschools our kids, and this is what I'm building. Like, this is what we decided to build. So for this one, we're not worried about that. We're just looking at the storyboard for that, showing the customer journey in a short. I want to create some artwork for some historically fictional characters from the Revolutionary War, and I really want to define the drawing style. Could you come up with some prompts for, and I think I want it to look like this is all done on parchment, like the paper that they would have used back then, not in a gimmicky, burnt edges pirate sort of way, but just on a real textured sort of way. And I want it to be colorful but dramatic, with so that a preteen could get excited about the visuals, and I want it to be look like it was done with colored pencil, but done very well with colored pencil. Could you please give me some prompts to generate some images like this, varied enough so that I can start defining the style? Can you just give me links to the websites so that I can take a look at them? Give me a few different style blocks, like a few different, much shorter versions of that style block. Now, give me the combinations. Give me like 15 combinations of those. Style with prompt. And again, the prompts don't need to be too long. Or give me varied length on the prompts, actually. And just give me prompts that that works. All right, let's hop into Kriya and see what we can do. Okay. We'll bring that out here. All right, let's generate some images. Start with a new session. And we'll pull up VS Code. I want to copy and paste these straight into Kriya. Don't say style B. Like print what would actually go there. The name of the character, like the name of the prompt, sorry, the full prompt, and then the style block. Silas, my wife likes that name. So it may be one that we Please print them so that I like as like a little code block so that I can just copy and paste each one by clicking the copy button. All right. This is I'm curious to know what is my Claude usage right now. Let's go to usage. All right, we're only at 56% use. Starting a brand new business, that's not too bad at all. And it's a Monday. I have until Thursday. Ah, oh, we have so much time. We are golden. All right, let's pull up those prompts. All righty, just how I like it. So now I can copy it. We'll go up here and we will paste that. We want to use multiple models. And we want to use Kriya. We want to use Nanobanana 2. There we go. We want to use those. And yeah, I guess we could do 2x3. There's no image prompt, so let's see what it comes up with. I don't dislike that so far. The Creo one, the Nano Banana, and the ChatGPT 2 are going to take a little bit longer time. All right. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Let's come up with a new session. Sorry, not a new session. Let's grab another prompt. Henry, drummer boy, Forest Scout, code copyist, the duck. Let's see. The flag, Charlotte. Let's check this out. That's a fine drawing. We're going to have to define a character for the first set of letters. And obviously, that flag is not going to work. Let's see. Holding a folded American flag. Yeah, that's just bad. Let's create some more. Oh, that last one, just popping up. It looked a little bit better. It might be fun to make a V1 of the website. Yeah, the duck conspirators. No, the pie, the forge. Blacksmith apprentice. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to come up with like the persona. Are we following a teenager who's a blacksmith that, you know, sits in on, let's go with monthly. Let's upgrade to pro. Okay. Yeah, we can swing that. I mean, we're building the website to make a over $100,000 in just 8 months. That's doable. What's $35 on spend? That's no problem. All right, let's go to image. It should be working still. All right. This is a lot more dramatic, and I think that I like it, but I think that I also like this one. Yeah, this is pretty good. This is something that AI struggles with. I don't even know what he's building here. Here, obviously, he's hammering a horseshoe, so that's really good. Um, let's go with multiple models. We'll set that back to ChatGPT. There we go. Okay, let's grab a couple more. Give me 3 prompts with all of the same stuff, but more variation in the style so that I can better refine it. Okay. Let's see. Now we're going to do a more systematic test. We'll go ahead and interesting. Caleb and Scout, December 1777. I do like that. I'm going to start a new session. I'll pop this in here. That kid looks a little old. He doesn't quite look 14, but I'm getting really consistent styling with this Kriya that do I like it? Maybe. It doesn't look the most AI generated. I think I want the website to be dark with I don't know, images of like these images kind of feathered into the background. This reminds me of those kids that you'd read, or those books that you'd read when you were like 12 years old. Like The Hatchet, I don't know. Or Where the Red Fern Grows, kind of that cover style. Okay, let's see what this one gives us. This is with a new style. GPT-2 is still working. This could make a really cool website. This one's pretty. Charlotte, 13 stars, one promise. I do like these two. The Chat GPT's approach to it. It's interesting how we're giving it the same prompt and it's coming up with stuff so different. Chat GPT is still working. Boyd the letter is still working. All right, and then let's go ahead and pull in the last one. Solid book. Solid book. You get that artwork style I'm talking about, right? Ah, that one looks bad. Let's see. Eh, yeah, okay. Gary Paulson, cool guy. Or what is that other one? Pendragon? Is that what it's called? What do their covers look like? Let's see. This guy. I never read those books. I had them. I think I was supposed to read them. This kid looks angry. I don't know if we want him to be angry. I think we want him to be a good boy. I think I like this style the most. I think I like this style the most, except for the fact where you're saying it's a novel cover. Come up with like a few different contrasting history scenes, not based on a specific character like that, but just a random character from that time, and match it with this theme. I want to do some image generation iterations with that. Okay. We'll give it a shot. Colonial Market Square midday, a young apprentice boy weaving through. A teenage girl, the Boston streets. I want different time periods, different places. Like, give me something from Pharaoh era Egypt and something crazy from South America or something like that. Maybe in China too. All right, let's check this out. Yeah, no, this is bad. Bold colored pencil illustration. That does not look like a bold colored pencil illustration. That just looks dumb. That's better. But is it in the exact same style as this? No, I probably need to use the reference style. So what I'll do is I'll do this. I'll say, please recreate this image, but without the writing around the edges. Expand the character scene. All right, now let's see what it'll do. Because once we have a reference image, then it can actually do it in the same style as that actual image. And we want something like that. What kind of scenes is he going to be in, though? I just no, I don't. I said it. I said get rid of that stuff. He is in a heavily wooded forest with dark trees around him. Let's do this with tall, old. All right, we'll generate some more. Let's check those out. What? I hate this. Yeah, maybe I need to take it into another image model and just say, get rid of the writing. That's much better than Nano Banana 2. I don't like the Korea model. Let's get rid of it. Uh, let's see. Affordable, medium quality, Flux, fast model. Let's go see dancing. Fastest model, Flux. I want to look at the highest quality. Clean frontier model with complex gem. Okay. Well, we'll add a reference image. I want a style reference. Okay, so we'll come in here. Follow the style reference from the attached photo. Perfect. Now, actually, that's the one that I want. It's better than the last. Well, it's similar, but now I don't have like that background. When oceans rise, I'll rise in your defense. All right, let's get back to thinking about the website. That's a cool website. I think I'm just going to generate a bunch of images. A court musician. The Nano Banana 2. Which was best last time? Last time ChatGPT 2 was best. Cling has really sharp images, but it's not drawn. It's not hand drawn. It's not able to file the style that I'm looking for. We may want to go into a different image generation model, though. Something like Midjourney, where we have more control over the style. Get rid of the characters and the border. I want a rich scene in this style of just the background. I have not generated too many images in my day, but this is pretty fun. It's getting better. Let's get back to thinking about the actual business. All right. So, the shape of the 26 seconds. So, dark room, push in. Please create a prompt for a starting image of each scene. And I need a prompt for some cohesion, right? If there's a character that we're going to be covering over the whole thing, we need a character reference for that. All right, let's see if we can upscale this. No, it's fine. All right, let's download this image, and I'm going to use it as the primary reference. And this one as well. Please create a very simple landing page where a user can give their email to sign up to be notified when this product launches. The idea is History Pen Pals. There's no better name for it yet, but let's call it History Pen Pals. And it's where kids and adults can write to a fictional character from a specific period of time and basically have this friend that they talk to that helps them write better, but also teaches them about history. I have two pieces of artwork that I would like incorporated into the website. Um, I want it to feel immersive in the story of the character they'd be talking to. This is the writing, or this is just the drawing style. Let's see. Now, I don't want to misguide it. Let's see what else we have over here in image. No, yeah. All right. Let's, um, multiple models. And I just want ChatGPT and Nano Banana. I don't want, yep, just those two. Okay. We'll add the image prompt. Follow this drawing style. All right, let's see. Okay, this one's going to be much better. Okay, we'll come back. We'll get the Tang Dynasty, Pharaoh of Egypt, Viking Age. Oh, this will be good. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's do this one from India. That'd be cool. Now we're scoped a little bit beyond here, because we're gonna start out with. All right, is this the direction we want to go? This Viking. Is that tight enough? We'll see. I don't want everyone to feel angry. I do really like this, where it's not on the background, it can just be expanded. Yeah, let's try for more of that. behind the simple email form collection to be notified and them agreeing to signing up to marketing content, um, I'd like to be these historical scenes, like suggesting that whoever signs up will be able to interact with them. We'll be able to write letters to them. Let's go to the downloads. Let's grab our pictures. We'll start there. We'll see if any other really good ones were made. Might need a. Yeah, I like that one. Hire an artist. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one. The ChatGPT 2 is good. The style of this one is my favorite, and I really like how the background matches the color of the paper so that when it's on something, it almost looks as if there's no background, especially on the edges, so that it could be really seamlessly put into a website and look like the web page background is the background of the drawing. Okay, let's add a few more downloads. To these three. Copy the paths. And then we'll pump these in there. Okay. All right, this is a pretty exciting part. We'll see what it comes up with, but it'll come up with a website that we can start directing traffic to. I probably need to buy a domain name for AI history letters or history pen pals. Do you have any recommendations for what this could be called? Perfect. Created a folder with all the images in it. All right, it's just building the website now. We'll come back when it's done. Now, let's see. We want to come back to this particular image. Okay. All right, so video one prompts is ready. Let's take a look at it. Okay. How to use this doc in order. Okay. At Journey 87. Of a worn oak farmhouse table in a golden afternoon light, a cream-colored envelope sealed. What? This image has no characters. Generate this 3 more times until one image feels like the world. Okay, so we're creating a style reference image, and then we're creating a character reference set. So this boy appears in clips 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He must look like the same kid in every shot. Small boy, around 7 years old, with a saucy chestnut brown hair. Tradition. All right, we'll create an image of this guy. Let's see how it goes. I just like that image. Can we exit out of this? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. All right, let's see what the website looks like. It's not terrible. I need to come up with a logo. All of these images don't really fit to like the full screen aesthetic because some of them have a different aspect ratio than my screen. So what I'd like to do is have the trees be the primary background. I want there to be way less text, and then I want there to be those characters sliding across the screen in a much smaller format where we can see the entire thing. And go ahead and give them names and one sentence descriptions of what they're experiencing in their life. That'll be good. Okay, website's being worked on. Send word, I like that. Send me launch news. Let's see. History pen pals pairs kids and curious adults with a fictional friend from another century, a Tang Dynasty musician, an Egyptian scribe, a Norse. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's just go back to that first website. Oh, let's see how the image generation is going. I'm gonna have to learn a little bit more about this video creation thing. I saw a tutorial on how to create an entire, 60-second ad, and so I think we're gonna need to take that approach to it. Um, I think that this looks less AI generated than a lot of stuff that's on the internet, though. It looks like a real drawing. Let's download it and say video. Let's call this video 301 Lite. I'll upload this. This kid is shy and laughing. That's a terrible prompt, but let's see what it comes up with. With a lot of things, I like there to be just more general information. All right, let's see. That's so much better. Wow, that looks really good. Write a letter through time. History pen pals. Ah, this is a solid landing page. Okay, let's go ahead and push this to for sale. This looks awesome. Let's go ahead and push this to Vercel. Well, GitHub and then Vercel. We also need to set up routing for the form. So when somebody fills it out, stuff needs to happen on the back end. Help me come up with a decision for that. All right. I just wanted this kid laughing. Uh, all right, let's try again. This man is laughing with his hands in his pockets. It may have flagged it because it was a kid and it doesn't want to generate images of kids. All right, looks like we're running into a little problem here. We'll go ahead and screenshot this and send this over. Let's see. Yeah, go with AI history website. Or, yeah, just so that it has the same name as this repository. Yes, it is private. And then the form backend, loops.so via a serverless function. I don't want to use a new service. I already use a bunch of different software. Um, let's just connect that to a Google Sheet. No, not a Google Sheet. All right, let's use loops. On the back end, I plan to use Beehive for my newsletter and notifying everyone. Would that affect where I create the routing of the emails? I imagine that it would. I'm going to create another thing. The sliding marquee of images doesn't restart really smoothly. As it starts back at slide 1, it takes a while for it to populate. Please fix it. I'll send a screenshot of it. Okay. All right, going with a private repo. All right, where the email writing? Short answer: mostly inside Beehive, not in code. Encode. Okay. Return success. All right. We need to go set up Beehive. There we go. We're going to set up an account. I think I'm already signed up with Google, maybe. Okay. One active subscriber. That's impossible. Oh, yeah, I don't think I have. Anyway. All right. Yeah, I don't know who the subscriber is. I don't know. Oh, it's myself. Yeah. Okay. I guess you count as one of your own subscribers. Okay. So let's get back to work with this. Okay, so encode, go to automations, go to welcome email. I may not have any automations. Let's see. This feature is part of the scale plan. Okay. I say, how do I have subscribers sign up for my Beehive for free? Or, yeah, I want to do this. I guess let's just start with loops if we want it to be free. Well, I guess we're ultimately putting it in a CRM. I already have a CRM. I use Go High Level. But I use it for my main automations business. So, like for my AI business. So we may end up putting it somewhere else. Or we can just create a specific tag in Go High Level for the AI history notification. Once we start having some real traction, then I can move it somewhere else. Okay, publication ID behind. Let's see where email analyst short answer. Okay, good thinking. All right, putting them straight in Go High Level with a dedicated tag is the right call. No new tool to learn. All right, walk me through the Go High Level setup, step by step. Don't move on until I have completed a certain step. All right, go ahead and commit and push this. All right, let's go back to my website and see how it looks. Perfect. The marquee is much better. Not bad. Not bad. I'm pretty pleased with this. This looks cool. We'll have the main landing page is going to have a lot more social proof. We have 0 social proof right now. We're going to move on to creating content basically for the rest of this week. And then we'll be, yeah, it's still messing up. Let's see how long it takes to put it back up. Actually, still running into the same problem. It's taking time for it to populate back up. Well, let's go back and I'll give it one more shot. Let's refresh it. Okay. Let's give it the whole run. Let it try. But, I mean, everything we've done so far has taken less than 2 hours. That's pretty cool. We're going to keep pushing every single day for the next 8 months. I'm trying to see if we can really build this out. Yeah, it's still happening. Yeah, it's still happening, but after like it goes through it twice. I want it to be endless. Okay. We're going to be using an existing sub account. Go to my high level. Do this off screen. And let's see what Claude says to do. Inside the sub account and go high level, make sure you're inside the sub account, not the agency. Look at the URL. Okay. Yes, I'm in the right place. And have copied the location. Let's see, I'll collect all the secrets together at the end so you can only paste them once into Vercel. Please create a .env file for me to put it in. And then we're going to say create a new integration. No. Can I just have like an inbound API key? I might just have to pay for something. What is the lightest possible way to do this right now? Can I have it just go to a Google Sheet, or should I give you a Supabase database to add, just to add them to? No, let's just go through this stupid process. Okay, inside the sum account, go to settings. I don't think that that's right. I'm gonna go just to go to automations. I'm gonna go create a new workflow, start from scratch. No, I'm talking about creating an automation in Go High Level called inbound webhook. The inbound webhook is the trigger, and I can just create a contact after that inbound webhook comes in. This is, yeah, I'm fine with doing it this way. That's such an AI generated response. Okay. All right, let's go to Vercel. Let's create a project. Let's pull it from that GitHub account. We'll call this one history. Let's check out the GitHub. See if it made it there. That's not GitHub. All right, let's check out my repositories. Okay, this may be under organizations. Did it get added to the Neelan Solutions repositories? Let's check it out. All right, I'm not seeing it anywhere on GitHub. What is the name of the repository in GitHub? I cannot find it. All right, we've been streaming for 2 hours now. That's it for today, and I'll be back on tomorrow.